Hi everybody, welcome, and you already know what's coming up. We haven't done one of these sort of Jaeger tests for a while, and basically, if you haven't seen these before, it's basically where we just take a gun, we take a bunch of magazines, usually 5 or 6, and we just run them through the gun. This is the CYMA CGS Noveske N4 from EMG. This was sent to me by Evike Europe. As you'll have seen, I did a sort of like a quick review of this thing, and we want to see how this thing runs. Now, I've only got 3 of these EMG CYMA CGS system Lancer mags, which I do really love the look of. So I've only got 3 of them. So I'll be using those 3 mags. I'll also be using, so you can see it working, with a Tokyo MWS mag, which is just a standard one, and a version 3 P mag from Guns Modify. Now, in the last video that I did in this, people were pointing out that even though I said this thing had a heavy trigger, that you can adjust it with a screw on the top. Now, that's great if that's true. I'm not going to mess with it because this trigger weight on this rifle, I actually really like it. So we're going to be testing this today. I still can't find my shooting glasses. I don't know what I've done with them. So we're going to be using those funky green shades you'll have seen in the last video, which is just... All these are going to do is just stop anything from bouncing out the box and hitting me in the eyes. So safety first. I don't have my shooting glasses, but these will do just for a ricochet. And yeah, here we have it. So I've got that cheap EOTech setup that you'll have seen on the channel recently as well. It's just a bit of dress for the rifle. And we're going to get right into it. So let's lock this bolt back, as you'll see there. We'll put a couple of things on the stock. We take our mag. Now this is 0.25 gram BBs and propane. I don't have any 0.3s at the minute, and Outdoor and Tactical, who are always out of stock of their BBs, I just can't get them. So let's give this a go and see how it does. Put in about five mags through it. So Lancer mag number 1. Really punchy. And feeds all of them. Let's whack another one in. I do like how these go in and they fit really nice. Very punchy system. Let's do a bit of auto. And that ran really well. Let's just whack another one in and away we go. Let's see if we can do it again. Full mag, bit of gas in there, but that's not a problem. We're going to switch to, this is a Marui MWS mag, trying to find my words there. Goes in, fits fine. Let's see how it does. We have had a double feed, and we did see this in the previous video with the Salvo and the DE. MWS mags, I'm having issues with the 2.5 Jeffs, where I don't know what's going on. I don't know how changing a weight of BB is causing these guns to double feed, but that just seems to be the thing. I don't normally use 2.5s, I normally use 3s, which I never have a problem with. So with this mag, we're just going to keep it to semi-auto. Nice strong recoil on these. And for an out-the-box gun, honestly, I am so delightfully impressed with this system. I hear, and I remember I've read so many bad reviews about these things, and it must be people reading stuff on the internet and just repeating it in like the Reddit forums and stuff like that, saying how the CGS system from CYMA is such a bad system. But honestly, so far so freaking good, and this thing just absolutely just, for want of a better word, gobbles up the ammo out these mags and just slings it out there. Last mag. This is a Guns Modify P mag. This is a version 3. And goes in. Very minimal to no wobble. These are still 2.5s. And we'll see how it does. The P mags from Guns Modify are always a little bit punchier. It's like they're just able to spit out a bit more gas. Like maybe they've got more open valves compared to the Marui MWS mags. I find this in the Lancer mag as well. They just seem to have more punch behind them. And on 2.5s, had no problem whatsoever. As the Jaeger tests go, can you have or want any better than that? This is an absolute nail driver. I prefer the look of the Noveskes in DE, but still looks great in black as well. And honestly, I think I said this in my previous video, if you're buying one of these to just switch all the components out, it doesn't make sense. Now, if your heart is set on a Noveske M4 and in your brain, the best way for you to do that is to get one of these CGSs and put Marui bits in, fair enough. But honestly, if it ain't broke, just run it. I would probably switch out barrel and hop components for something a little bit better, but that's not to say I'm not going to give it its fair test and just leave it standard and take it to a couple of games and maybe just have a play around with it, see how it performs. But this thing, honestly, it looks good. The fitment's good. It doesn't wobble. Yes, we had that slight deviation in the stock tube, but it doesn't hinder performance whatsoever. To be honest, when you've got an optic on there, you can't see it. But it does irk me knowing it's there. So the gun feels good. The magazines feel good. And honestly, because I was thinking about getting more of these magazines for this N4 to give it, you know, take it in some games and give it its a fair, like, sort of long period review, if you want to say it, I thought, you know what I might as well do? Rather than just go into some of the distributors and saying, well, grabbing some of these mags, maybe I should grab more CGSs. I'm going to limit myself to 2. And this is preemptive, just so if I go down this route, because buying these things in to review is so ridiculously expensive, it stacks up over time. But I'm thinking we go and get 2 extra models, maybe different things. I was maybe thinking the FDE Downward Defense, the short one. That looks pretty cool. Maybe try that. And then they've got these funky PDWs as well. So maybe we'll give one of them a go. But so far, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of impressed with this system. You know, you've got a steel bolt out the box. It punches. The trigger's good. And it just seems to work. There's nothing in this. I'm just holding the bolt release down. But it just runs. And I really do like the look and feel of these mags. I have had a lot of issues with the later generations of PMags and the early generations, to be honest. And this mag so far, and I think just with the faux rounds sticker behind it, I think it just looks awesome. I think this is going to be a mag, especially with like the 300 blackout markings, and that's what the rounds are behind. It's not 5.56, it's 300 blackout. I think this is going to suit really well with my MCXs. I need to stop picking this gun up in videos because it's probably starting to annoy all you guys. I'm mincing my words now. So in terms of the test that we normally do, it passed with flying colours. Really impressed with it. And I've said that about 7 different times now, but hopefully it comes across on camera how much of a good thing that is. We've got more stuff coming. I've got more custom guns to build, and I managed to buy, I bought the new Northeast mini Uzi, which I'm hoping redeems itself, because when we looked at those Uzis before, it wasn't great. So I've bought a mini Uzi from WGC. I've bought a bunch of mags for it. We're going to test it. Hopefully it's good. It was meant to arrive today, but UPS are doing the normal customs nonsense, so we'll see. Thanks for tuning to the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. We're not far off 20,000 subscribers now, which still blows my mind. I'm setting myself an unrealistic goal of like 30,000 before the end of the year. Maybe we can hit that, maybe we can't. But it still baffles me that so many of you tune into these videos, and honestly appreciate every single one of you. You can get involved with the Jaeger community by joining the Discord, link in the description below. And as always, from me, and not Bench, we'll see you in the next one.